Hello, welcome to another video. This one is going to be a 2-in-1. I'll be making two cars with the same paint scheme, so they're going to be a pair. And first one is going to be the 57 Del Rio, so the 57 Fairlane station wagon, pretty much is what this is. So I'll be making this. It'll pretty much have the same paint scheme like this. However, instead of red, it'll be a bright orange, and the roof will be orange. But this will be black. It'll be flat black, and of course, it'll have the gold. So that's how I'll be making it. I'm trying to use the same wheels. If I can't match them with this one, I may have to buy this again to get the same wheels. But I'll be matching it with the car version of the 57 Fairlane. So I bought this one first because I couldn't find this one. I finally found this one at Mile Roundup, and I'll be making it with the same paint scheme. This will be orange, and then of course the gold, flat black, and then the orange up here. Now the reason I am doing it the same way like that is because I actually have a car here that I have, and I want it to match this. I've had this for a while. It's one of my favorites. It's old, and I've always just kind of wanted to build it up. So I figured now would be the opportunity. This has the special wheels and stock wheels, so I can match the, so on the Del Rio, I can match the orange steelies. I just can't match the white walls. But this one, I can match the white walls, but not the orange steelies, because this comes with just the chrome wheels. So, like I said, I may change out the wheels. I may get this again just so I can have the same custom wheels here for both of them, just so they match. I mean, this does have different wheel options up here, but obviously the orange stands out a little more. But this is the theme that I'm going for. White interior, obviously, so the interior is going to be white. So the wheels may be different. That's the only thing. Other than that, the cars will be painted in that color. So the Del Rio I've already started. I opened it up, sanded everything. I think I glued a few things together, maybe not. No, all I did was clean it up. Okay, so the only thing I did was clean it up. I didn't glue anything together yet. I just got the hood on there. So that's how this is looking so far. All I did was just sand it. I'll give you a closer look in a minute for what I did. And then on this one, I just got it, so I didn't even open up the bags yet. But this one does have opening doors, which I did not know. So the doors come pre-cut and pre-opened, so I thought that was pretty cool. So this will just make it have open doors. It'll still match the white interior and everything. This one does not have any white wall tires unless they're in the decals. Yeah, no, so there's no white wall tires in this car. So I may just go either try and paint them myself or something. I don't know. I'll try and figure out. But yeah, there's no steelies. I have two wheel options in this. Let me move the camera and show you what I have gotten done so far with the first kit and what's in them and how they look. Okay, so first we're gonna go through the Ford Del Rio. So I'll show you what I did in that one. So here I have the body all sanded up. You'll see some Sharpie marks. I just marked where mold lines were and sanded them. And then I just sanded it until the Sharpie disappeared where I wanted it to. And that's pretty much all I've done. But this is how it looks. Got the hood to fit. Nice. I was debating on putting custom engines in this as well. Probably an LS, a 3D printed engine, or a Hellcat engine. Just make it look, you know, something special, because I got the custom wheels, so I figured I'd do a custom engine. But we'll see if I'm able to actually get the engine. This is how the Rio is looking so far. Body's nice. It's actually a very clean build. Here is the frame. I'm sure you can hear my helper in the background again. He's begging for attention. He is throwing his own opinions out there of this car. Here's underneath. So there's all these holes are pre-drilled. At least for me they were. There's a couple here. I don't know if I need to drill these out yet or not, but they're like halfway input into the mold. So I'll figure out later if I have to actually drill them through and through. But until then, this is the actual flooring. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it is a little bit textured and carpeting. I'll just do my own flocking, make it white. Let me see here. Here is radiator, fuel pan, battery, and then the extra wheel hub. This looks like the top of the radiator. These look like the bumper mounts for the edge, steering link, I think. So this is looking nice. Battery. Here is the interior. This is the back for the back seat. And of course the front and back of the driver's seat. And here is the engine. Oh, that must have been, yeah, driver's seat. Here's the back bench seat. This must be, this is the fuel pan. Okay, so that, where's just the radiator? Okay, I don't know what this is. This must be for like the extra wheel mount or something. I thought this was I thought that was a fuel pan. I guess this might be a bigger one. So, like I said, I don't know. I didn't really go through the instructions. The only thing I did was try to just clean it up and get rid of the mole lines on this. The other one I didn't even open. And then here is the Steelies and the exhaust, pedals, engine mounts. I don't know what that is. And then here is the sides of the interior, little radio. The steering wheel, the rear headlights, I gotta actually make sure I glue those onto the body before I paint it. It's supposed to be the same color. Firewall. Underneath parts for differentials and axle, and I get 2 of them for 2 different options. Obviously one stock and one custom. More engine parts. I think these are more custom engine parts. There's a lot of trees in here. There is Steelies for a drag version, so you can make this, give some fat tires in the back. Different engine option. This is the side mirrors and more wheel backs. So the side mirrors are on this one if you ever get this, in case you accidentally throw them away. Because I know I've done that a few times. Let's see here. There's the dash with some other parts. Springs and more axle pieces. Let's see here, the stock engine cover, or air filter, I mean to say. I don't know what these pieces are. but they're in here, so they must be part of the body or the interior. Tail lights. So these are the stock tires. They're just blank on both sides. And then this is the tread. If I can get it to pop up on the camera. Hopefully, maybe. Nice tires. And then these ones are the custom ones. A little skinnier, obviously. They're blank on both sides. Directional treads. There's 4 and 4. So here is the first chrome tree. Take some things out of the way so you can see a little better. Obviously the bumpers, grill, engine parts, side mirror, rear view mirror, the hubcaps for the steelies, hood ornament, door handles. That is the first tree here. And then the second tree is custom options. So on this one you got the custom wheels, bumpers, grill, engine head covers, air filter, different rear view mirror, some different door handles, another hood ornament. There's a few different things that you get with this. And then of course the windows, front, sides, rear, the little corner lights, and then of course the side marker lights and headlights. And for the decals, this one actually does come with white wall decals. And there's a couple of license plates. There's nothing really extra special about it, just except for the gold and black inserts for the sides of the car. Just the logos and other stuff. Dash. That is everything for the wagon. Let me get the stuff for the car. Alrighty, now I have the 57 car here, and I'm gonna open this up with you and see what's in here for the first time. Like I said, I just learned that the doors open on this. I didn't know, so it's a bonus for me. Cardboard insert. Throw it away. So this is how this looks. Fresh out of the bag. Got a little bit of mold lines and some sanding as usual, but the interior is actually very, for the engine bay, is actually very nicely detailed. I got the reservoir bag. There's some wires here that are molded in, and there's more wires on this side as well. So I'll dry brush this and make them pop out a little more. Wipers are molded in. The raised lettering for the Fairlane 500 is actually very nice. This one's actually very nice kit. And I'll actually show you here, seeing as I have the mold lines here, what I do. So if I run my finger along here, I can tell this needs to be sanded down. So I just take the Sharpie and go like this. And then all that needs to be sanded off. I can already tell this side needs to be sanded off. Oops. Let's see. That needs to be sanded around the lights. And of course you got the mold line here. This is supposed to be part of the car. It's just up a little too high. That's all. It's just very prominent. It's part of the car, but it's also the mold line. So it's easier just to sand it very softly and nicely. And there will be no problemos with this. I'm sure I'm missing some on here that I'm just going over really fast with the marker because I'm just trying to get through this. But that's pretty much how I do it. I just take a Sharpie, mark them, that way I can see, and then move on to the next. So here is the windows. So I got front and rear in there, and then two different options of headlights. The little triangle lights for the side doors, and I don't know what these are. These must be the, oh no, those are not. I don't know what these little lights are up here. They almost look like the cop lights that you put on top of the roof. With the tires, the tail lights are in here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different options of tail lights in here. And then this has 4 regular tires and 2 slicks. There's also 2 steel axles in here. Here are the slick and the regular tire. It does say Goodyear on them. On both sides. These are solid. This one's got a bit hollow, but either way, they're still very nice tires for the kit. So these are the tail lights, and I got 4 different options. One of them fell off. They're in the bag. I don't know what this is. This looks like one of the markers for the rear or front. I don't know why it's molded red, but the regular tail lights, and then you got the 2 bolts, and then maybe this is to the back of this. Maybe it's a 2-piece. I don't know yet. But there's a few different in there. They're still in this bag, so I'm just going to keep them in the bag so I don't lose them. Okay, and on this tree, we have part of the engine, half of it. Hopefully the other half's in there. The hood, front and rear seat. Some other engine parts, the wheel backs, probably part of the interior or underneath the frame. But if I can get this to show up on camera, these are detailed here and here. A little ridge, kind of like fabric-ish. I don't know if I put it closer to the thing if it'll show up. I don't know. My camera's being wonky, but anyway. The engine parts, interior, here's underneath. Exhaust is molded in. That's nice. One less thing I have to glue in. Underneath, the inside, it's nothing. So exhaust mold on, frames on. Let's see here. What is this? Oh, they taped the bag. So there's the steering wheel. And they taped in a separate bag here. The interior tub. The tub is detailed with carpeting. There's some door handles on the side here. Like I said, this does open up, so that's nice. Pedals are molded in. I think this is an older style kit. I mean, based on the box and how it looks. There's the steering wheel. The other half of my engine. Oh, okay. I'm guessing this is the center console for the interior. So I'm guessing I can go custom with this. And then this looks like a custom bumper. Taillights. Manifolds. Here is the dash. So the marks are in there. It is detailed, so I may have to black wash that just to bring them out. Okay, so I have a couple different engine options, exhaust options. Okay, cool. A custom steering wheel. A scary looking dog. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing that's supposed to be a dog or a gremlin. I don't know, but that's in here. So they kind of molded the eyes to look like a rat fink or something, but I'm guessing that's supposed to be a dog for the car. I don't know what these pieces are. I'm guessing they're hinges for something, but they're just separate all by themselves. So that's what those are. And then here, of course, we have the bucket seats for the front and rear. So that's nice. Wheel backs, different steering wheel. I think it's the third steering wheel that's in here now. Gear shift, steering column. And then we have the doors for the interior and exterior. And paint them up separately. I don't know what these are. They're probably for holding the doors in place underneath. But so this is cool. I do like the bucket seats. I'll probably go with the bucket seats for this one. Doesn't have to be exactly like the same. And then for the chrome tree, I have different wheel options here. So I'm stock, custom, there's the grills, or sorry, bumpers. These are the grills, and I have 3 different ones. Get back on camera. So I have, like, I don't know, custom, extra custom, and then stock, air cleaner, different engine options for the engine. Here's another steering wheel. I'm guessing that's for the other one that I seen. The fan's chrome. Here's the top of the radiator. So this one has some different options that I gotta go through. See how I can make it. So good old chrome tree. Let's see, here's the instructions. And then of course the decal sheet, which it has some flames on here, numbers, and there's a couple white those fancy floral kind of lines that they put on here. See if I can make them flash for a second. They're very hard to see. I can barely visible on the paper. But there's some racing logos, and that's really it. There's no dash, no logos for the car. So I have to do those on my own. It looks pretty simple to put together. So there's a drag option. See, you get it on camera. So the drag option is here. Of course, stock. And then there's the custom. So I've got 3 different engine types that I can build here. Of course, the wheel options for drag, stock, and custom. Different seats, different steering wheels. Okay, so it's just 2 different steering wheels. Custom interior that I can put on there. These, if they turn out good, are probably gonna go here, because like I said, it's for the 50s. I know I've made a couple others, or one other one that's for the 50s, but if these turn out better than the previous ones I made, I'll probably bring these. I have not done a sports car yet, so I'm first kind of sticking with the 50s, the main theme, because it's more fun. But that's what this is for the Autorama. It'll be October 19th, so I have a couple months, month and a half to build these 2 cars and get them nice and ready. But this is going to be part 1 of the 57 Ford car and station wagon. So I'll be building these up to look like the same. And now I have some gluing and painting to do, and I will see you on the next. Thank you for watching.